look at a show like Big Brother, right, that incorporates a wide variety of people from different backgrounds, right? Male, female, gay, straight, black, white, Asian, whatever the case may be. When it comes to Wild 'N Out, there's a specific demographic of people that watch that show,
Mhm.
right? In the Canadian market, even though there's people in the community that would watch a Wild 'N Out show, I don't think it's enough still to sustain that year after year after
Yeah.
year after year, unless they find some way to expand it or broaden it some way
Yeah.
to reach every demographic
Which,
of
yeah.
Canadian society.
Well, like I was saying, like that's why I said I'm not saying when I say sustain, I mean I'm not expecting it to go as long as Nick's Wild 'N Out has been going and still going. I don't because all the other shows we've tried to do it lasted a certain amount of time. But when I say sustain, I mean yeah, maybe get a 1, 2, 3 seasons or something out of it. You know what I mean? I think he could, in a sense of don't oversaturate it right away. Like maybe you have one and don't have one like an episode maybe like the next week, maybe have 2 weeks, maybe once a month. Like slowly integrate. You might have to even get Nick Cannon to maybe
Do like a 1-2 cameo.
get some, maybe do like, I don't want to be like America versus Canada, but you get a team, you have your guys, and then get a team of Canadian comedians or whoever is coming up over here who could be a part of that. Get them to come on and have them integrate with the show in a sense.
Yeah.
And so you can get that vibe of those people. Those people will attract and see, okay, Canada's okay. Because we watched Wild 'N Out. They have a crowd up here regardless. I know they do, right? But now to get the others, once you get them in, then he can break off and do, okay, well, we're going to do a Canadian only Wild 'N Out this summer with these guys and another team of up and comers.
Yeah.
And then you have that going. Like, I'm not saying you're going to get the show right away, but have live events, and then maybe you can maybe may not get a solo one, but even have them on.
No, there's
We can get a solo one. It may not be as big as Wild 'N Out,
yeah.
but I think it can almost end up like a Degrassi.
Okay.
Because if you promote talent and have people come off of that show and go somewhere, that's when I think it will be able to sustain something, because you can show, hey, there's people coming off of this, there's people coming out of it, and I think maybe you might need a little bit of a Nick Cannon back in, especially to get the stateside, and maybe have a 1, 2 of them pop up on a show or something like that to sustain it in that stuff. But I think it would be cool to have a Wild 'N Out over here.
I agree.
Something like that. Maybe not Wild 'N Out, but something along that line with skits with Canadian content. Because
You have to look at I agree that it would be cool to have something like that over here. I just know for a fact it would be a watered down version.
it can be
it's going.
if you let the corporate take over.
Right. And we have certain
Fully
censorship.
the wrong corporate people.
Right. Also, you have to look at it like sketch comedy, because that essentially, is Wild 'N Out sketch comedy?
Not really, because you're not acting the scenes out. They're just, it's improv.
It's improv. Okay.
It's improv.
All right. So
improv is big over here. I think improv is big. It doesn't get shown as much, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not saying it has to be a number one thing where it's dominant through the whole country and that's all everyone's talking about. You could be in the top 10 of things and just sustain a number 6 position throughout your whole lasting. But you're there, you're sustained. I'm not saying it has to be number 1, but something that can be in there and you can just have every year going. Even if it's not even if it doesn't end up being a TV show like that gets on, right? I think that's why I said Tubi. Something like a Tubi, you can get something on there.
Yeah.
They have channels. They have certain things. You can have it going on there and just start from there.
See, I'm all for it. Trust me, brother, I'm all for it. I would love to see something like that. But it's just, unfortunately, we've been so used to seeing an American product and again, you guys can hate me and disagree, and a Canadian product, right? It doesn't matter what genre you're in, sports, comedy, whatever the case may be. There's a certain aura or a
Yeah.
certain backing that or likeliness that American products have over Canadian products, right? Go here's another example. You remember SCTV, right?
Yeah.
Okay. SCTV, and this is why I was going to bring up sketch comedy. SCTV was a Canadian sketch
I know what you're
sketch
talking
comedy
about. Yeah,
show,
yeah, yeah.
right? Now it lasted for a decent amount of time, right? But when you compare to like the likes of say SNL, Saturday Night Live, which is a staple, right, in the entertainment business when it comes to sketch comedy, that will never die. That's always going to be there, right? SCTV had its moment, which is pretty much essentially the same thing, but it floundered out and eventually there was no more interest, right? If we're using this as a comparison, kind of like a comparison, you're going to, no matter what, get a watered down version of what the title of Wild 'N Out is.
Yeah.
No matter how you want to promote it, no matter how you want to market it, it's not going to be the same.
I don't think. You know what? Honestly, nowadays, I don't think so. Just because I'm not saying it can't happen, but I don't think it's like before, where when we Canadian would come up with something, it looked cheaper or whatever. It's the times are now are different. We have celebrities that
Of course.
just can do the backing, whether they're big time over there, or not, even if they're just known over here or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We have celebrity where it won't look like that. That whole, you can tell the difference between America. You kind of can, we can, because we know the artists, so we could think, but there's a blending of like the music sounding all the same. Like even Canadian artists or whatever, like it's sounding the same as out there. Not doesn't mean it's good, doesn't mean it's bad, but it's sounding the same and there's a blending.
Yeah.
And I see what you're saying. I know the SCTV whatever and how it looked. Like even though Saturday Night Live still it's around.
Sure, yeah.
It's not what it used to be.
No, it's definitely
Right?
not what
It's not what it is. And the reason American things that again, it's people, so they can make a show and just broadcast it to one or two states,
Mm-hmm.
and it's big because people-wise, they have the people to watch it. So yes, that's what will kind of hurt here.
Mm-hmm.
If you just try and show it to Canadian audience, it's gonna hurt you because we don't have the amount of people to do. Like you have to show it to all of Canada to even compete with 2 or 3 states, right? So that's the only thing, and then you have other.
What is the market? What is the market here, though? Do we have the market here? So we have.
We have
the talent, but do we have the market?
Even if we don't, you got to start somewhere. If we don't, okay, if we don't, but you got to start somewhere because if we didn't have the market 20 years ago and we're still saying the same thing, then the thing is you need to start.
I got you.
That's what it is. You need to start somewhere because I'm pretty sure America had to start somewhere to make a market.
Good point.
Right? And not everything that pops off that starts in America is great. It looks like trash too in the beginning, but it picks up. There's some, even just looking at some commercials, when a few times I've been to the States, you look at commercials, I'll look at certain things because I'm so used to a Canadian, I won't say Canadian, I guess it is an American commercial, but like, Canadian commercials.
You can tell the difference.
You can tell them, but there's some American commercials, I look at them and like, this looks whack. This looks like it's Canadian. Yeah. But that's because I don't live there. I don't see that all the time. I don't see that commercial consistently. So we see certain things I will see, I'll be like, oh, this doesn't look that bad to us, whatever. So along with the show, I think it can look proper. Like I said, you'd have to integrate with the actual Wild 'N Out. A little bit of a blend or
just to start
piggyback, to get a thing. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If Nick, you approach Nick or whatever. Listen, we want to start a Wild 'N Out up here.
Nick, listen up.
All right,
listen up.
We want to start a Wild 'N Out up here also. Don't want to depend on you guys to come up here to have to do the show all the time. All right, so we'll bring our team. Get them on the show, let them come on every now and then or whatever, and you start there. You can film it down here, or when you come down here to film, because I think they've done couple tapings down here, or they were supposed to, or something. I don't know, but let them come down here, and you do that. You start from there. You get a little team. You got that team. Next time you come down, you get another team. Have them go against each other, and you just start there. Because when he started out, it was the same people. It's just small. That's all you need.
Yeah.
You get 10 people. You get a host, maybe, and you have them go there. Don't. The key thing I think though is don't try to be exactly like
right.
Wild 'N Out.
Yeah.
Don't have the same Wild 'N Wild. Don't have that. Don't have the set looking exactly the same. It's just the skeleton of it is the same. You have teams.
The concept is.
You have 3 or 4 games, points. You even do the DJ thing. Have a DJ there.
Yeah.
And do it that way. And just go about. I think it could work. You just have to. Yeah. I think it could work. And it would be nice to see that because we don't. I don't know. We haven't. We do copy a lot of things. So if we're gonna copy stuff that they do, I think this is one of them that we need to. We don't have that sketch. We don't have that, as you say, like a sketch comedy. I know it's not sketch improv. We have improv, but it's just the comedies. It's yuck yucks. You might go there to do a stand up or something like that, or.
And I hate to sound like I'm the pessimist here, but when it comes, for some reason, I think our sense of humor as Canadians, it's a little bit lower than the American side, right? If you look at shows like Corner Gas, right, that was one. Maybe another one. SCTV was one. I can't think of any other comedy Canadian shows. If you know of any, let me know. But we don't have that. Canadians, like, we like the dramatic shows or the ER type of shows or the mystery shows. When it comes to the specific genre of comedy, I don't think we're as accepting to that, as open to that as our American counterparts, right? They could come up with Mad TV, SNL, and Live in Color, all these.
I know, I see what you're saying. Yeah, someone's gonna get offended here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
someone's always trying to get offended by something.
You're articulating that way better than I did. It's better in the States. They're more open to that and acceptable from that. When it comes to Canada, it's kind of like we'll laugh at it.
Yeah.
But
the moment someone says something.
Yeah, it's what's the word that they use down south? We even use it here. Woke, I guess, kind of.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It's of that mindset where it's kind of touche.
That's not really that funny.
That's not really that funny up north as it is down south. So again, this just as it pertains to comedy, in any other genre. What's the word? Toronto. I forgot what it's called. But there's a lot of Toronto shows that copy what's done in the States as far as drama shows or crime shows, and it's actually succeeded here and done well.
Law and Order.
Law and Order. That's the one that I was talking about.
They have it up here. Yeah.
Perfect example.
I haven't checked it out as yet, but
But apparently it's really good.
I heard it.
Apparently it's really good.
And even looking at the commercial, like, because we know it's Toronto, we know it's Canadian, but it doesn't look like it has the Law and Order feel to it.
Right.
Even just from me looking at the commercial.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it has the Law and Order feel to it. It's just, I know it's Canadian because, a couple of actors you see in there, you've seen them on every other Canadian type of show. But
for some reason, comedy, as far as Canada's concerned, comedy shows don't get that much.
I mean, Schitt's Creek did good.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, it did good.
But I know what you're saying. That's one.
Overall,
how many? That came out how long ago? And I haven't really seen anything that's like that level over from us. Yeah. Has come out. So.
What's his name? What's his name was Canadian. Doug. What's it? Levy? I forgot his name. The main character.
Oh yeah.
So when
Levy, Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy.
Because it's him and his son in the show.
Right.
That's his son in real life.
But it goes to what you're saying. We have the Canadian actors to do these comedic shows. It's just the general public. Do we have that long-term interest? Do we have that long-term investment?
I think we just need to start backing each other and not worry about states and be like, oh, this look. Even if it's something that they've done, whatever. Because a lot of American shows and stuff based from UK, they take it from UK shows, and it's turned American.
The show that you were trying to get me on,
right? What? The Wire?
No, not The Wire. Yes, I have not watched The Wire.
No, I wasn't trying to throw that.
I thought that's what you were talking about. The Power.
Oh, Top Boy.
Top Boy.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, so.
That's another example.
Yeah. So, like, it's not a matter of, we're trying to make, like, we're doing America, we got to make our own show. Like, yes, we got to make our own too. That's cool. But even if we take something that's been done and make it our own version, we need to support it and stop looking at it as like, oh, if America, who cares if America supports it?
I agree.
We don't care because America doesn't care if you don't support it, right?
But we would need
I'm
somewhat
not
of an
saying
American interest.
you have, but if you don't make it seem like we need their interest
Gotcha.
for it to be successful,
Yeah.
or for you to watch it or want to be accept it, America will eventually accept it. It's because I feel like it's like we knock our own thing, so they're gonna look at like, okay, well, why are we gonna take it in if you guys don't even want to watch your own stuff?
Good point.
Why am I gonna take it in?
Good point.
But it's along with like with the music, right? There's a lot of songs we don't hear. When we hear it, we're like, okay, this is a big song, whatever. But then you find out in their home state that artist, they're the biggest thing to known, and they're big. They're big. They can walk around their city, known, and people stop autograph. Hey, yeah. We think they're no one because we haven't heard about them. But look at that.
No, you raised a good
They got all this money, they're successful, and you're like, wait, you just came up with a single. But no, but while they were doing their stuff coming up, they had the support of their city. Mind you, yes, there's a lot more people in the States, so that is a killer for us.
Which goes back
I
to the
think
original
if we
point.
had that amount of people here,
Yes.
we wouldn't need the States.
Right.
Definitely wouldn't need the States for a lot of the things that we do. States would just be a bonus.
That's right.
Oh, great. They like it too. Great. They don't like, who cares? But yeah, I get what you're saying, and then yes, that's the only part. That's what I'm saying. You would kind of need to get Nick to co-sign, even if he doesn't participate and back it financially or anything like that. Him just saying, hey, this is a great thing, I back it. Even if he appears on a show, on an episode, just to say, hey, this is the launch, blah, blah, blah. I think that can help get in the backing of it, and we just do our thing. Don't try and make it look exactly, because that's when it kills it. When it looks exactly like its counterpart and everything you're trying to do is the same, it's gonna hurt.
Let me ask you something though. Like, are you cognizant of when you're watching shows, say on Netflix or any type of platform, or even cable, right? Do you tend to be more interested in American shows more so than Canadian shows? Like when you say you want us to support our Canadian artists and our Canadian shows and our Canadian artwork, but when you're at home sitting down on your couch, like, are you honestly tuning in to see, okay, where can I find a Canadian show, as opposed to, you know what, I'm more interested in these American shows?
No, I look for a show. I don't care if it's American, Canadian, UK. Sometimes I'll be like, honestly, like UK, I'll be like, I'm feeling to watch a UK, because it is different. Language, you can see there's a difference, right? Like the closest, Canadian and American stuff are closer to each other than American, UK stuff. Maybe even UK and Canada are close to each other, kind of close to each other when they make stuff, right? That's why I think Canada can, if they reach out to both, they can be successful, because you'll get the UK crowd, because the lingo is almost the same how we speak, right? The slang. Yeah. And in America, we take some of that too, and that's our neighbor. So we got that connection in there. So I think with Canada, with us over here, we just need to, we don't have the people, but if we just we just gotta back each other. When I'm looking for, as you're saying, when I'm looking for stuff, I don't look to see if it's American or Canadian. Just between the two. I'll take out the UK stuff. Just between the two. Obviously, sometimes you kind of know
you can tell
by the art, but remember that this you see who's starring in it. Names, certain names you'll look and be like, okay. Honestly, there's certain things I'll look at and I'll be like, oh wait, this was Canadian? Oh, I didn't know that. But I don't actively seek out between the two. Sometimes I'll look for it, let me see if this is Canadian, or if it's Canadian, let me give it a chance. Let me look at it. There's some American stuff that are trash too. I'll look at it American.
Look at what you just said though. Just the mere fact that you said
I'll give it a chance.
You give it a chance. That kind of makes it seem like you're conditioned.
Well, we've been conditioned. we can't act like we've been conditioned from when we were kids. Us. People coming up now, I can't speak for them because I don't know exactly, because it's different. TV's different. I don't even have cable myself, so I don't even know what's on TV, right? So what's being watched is different. House pump. But when we were coming up, that's how it was.
Just American.
You knew when something was Canadian.
Yeah.
They made it. They blatantly made you see that it was Canadian, and when you looked at it, you saw that it was Canadian.
That's right.
There were shows like Ready or Not. I knew that was Canadian. You knew that, but I liked it. I watched it. Why? Because its storylines related to me.
Gotcha.
That's what Canada got to do too. If you're gonna do, you gotta relate to it. Degrassi was successful because you can relate to that.
Yeah.
Later on, I think in the end, it kind of started getting. Let me not say Americanized. But well, you kind of got that kind of feel. I don't know. It kind of changed, but man, I mean, I'm not a teenager no more for that generation for what they're showing. So I don't know what was.
But listen to what you just said though. Towards the end, it got Americanized, right? It's almost as if
I'm saying that, meaning
it's almost as if they
kind of felt like it lost a Canadian feel. Not even American. It just felt like they were trying to. Yes, you know what? Yeah,
So
I think they were. Right? I think they were trying to get a little bit of American feel to it to maybe cater to America, right. But Degrassi was already big in America. Even the old, not big, but it was known. Even the old stuff.
But at that point, it was on a decline, though, right?
I don't want to say it was on a decline. I don't know if it was on a decline. I can't say that because I don't know for the high schoolers looking at them at that time if that related to them. That could have related to them what was going on. I'm saying American, but it could have related. That could have been Canadian stuff going on. I don't know. I'm just saying that it could have still been straight Canadian, whatever it is. I'm just saying it had a different feel. Let me not say that's what I said. I don't want to say Americanized. I'm just saying it felt different. It didn't have the same feel to it. Yeah. But
that's a good question. Let's pull that. So, would you guys accept, or do you think a Canadian version of Wild 'N Out, not to the same exact extent, or not to the same carbon copy of Wild 'N Out, but do you think a Canadian version of Wild 'N Out would succeed
with the Canadian talent we
have here? Do you think it would succeed in our Canadian market?
Whether they're here or in the States and they come back, whatever. But with Canadian talent that we have here, do you think we can pull off a Wild 'N Out series?
So I'm on the fence where I would hope so. I'm not 100% sure it would. They're on the.
I think we can. How long it will last, I don't know. I think we can do it. To start out, I think we can do it as an event. Okay. As a live event, and then work to get the show.
Good point. Good one.
So that's what we will try and do. We'll put that on our bucket list.
It'll happen.
To try and do. We'll put it on our bucket
Speak
list.
That into fruition. It'll happen.
We'll get a Wild 'N Out, just like we're gonna have our dinner and dance next year.
Facts.
All right.
Facts.
What else? What else are we putting? What else are we gonna speak out there for? We got a
Any
dinner and
shout-outs?
dance. We got a Wild 'N Out.
Yep.
A Wild 'N Out series that we're gonna do. So that's the two that we have going.
Do you have any local restaurants or anything that you want to shout out?
Shout out our regular. I don't have any local restaurants right now. We will look out there and see if there's anyone who wants to get a little. Wants us to shout them out, you know what I mean? Just give you a shout out. We're not looking for any compensation in that sense. I mean, if you want to, you can. But we're not looking for that. But yeah. But again, I want to shout out Mr. G's Auto Shop.
Yes.
You need any type, and I say auto shop, I'm not going to say repair shop, which maybe it could be, but I'm going to say auto care shop because repairing is involved in that too. But also, if you don't need a repair, you just want your car to be taken care of properly, you can do that too. Any issues you have, you can approach them with it and it'll be taken care of. You're not going to be spoken to as like you're just another person, another client that you're not another number.
Yeah. And I'm definitely going to co-sign that. I brought 2 vehicles there now to get repaired, fixed. Excellent job. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. You know, all these big names, like I don't want to name drop, but there's certain establishments in the automated field that you take your car to, and you bring it in, and they cost you an arm, a leg, a shoulder, a knee, a foot.
Customer care, truth.
And even after that, after they fix your car, they give you a whole litany of other stuff that needs to be fixed right away. And that's when they pull you in and they get thousands of dollars with you, off of you, and the car is still broken the next week. So
don't even force you to get all your stuff fixed there. Even they give you the list. It's like, you know what needs to be fixed. You want to go back there, you go back there, which I would suggest.
So shout out to Mr. G's. Cut for 1 second. Listen to the standards because we can't just put it.
Yes.
So give me 1 second. We're gonna cut that part, TJ. Mr. G, and then we're gonna start again. So again, shout out to Mr. G's. They're located at 190 Belfield Road in Etobicoke. That's 190 Belfield Road in Etobicoke. Phone number is 416-744-1980. Once again, if you have any repairs done or needed for your vehicle, doesn't matter what make, model, year.
Monday to Friday, I believe. No, Monday to Saturday, I think you're open. And then it's just closed on Sunday. So
you will leave a very happy customer and very satisfied. So shout out to Mr. G's.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, yeah, I guess that's it.
That's it. That's a close
So everyone,
episode 6.
Before we completely cut off, does everyone have a great week, month, year, life, everything?
And be safe.
Support us as much as you can, and we're here for you guys whenever. Like I said, we're gonna start having an audience. Nothing major, you know what I mean? Maybe about 5 or 6, maybe 6 because it's Toronto and we're the 6. Maybe we'll have 6. Try to have a division of, half male, half female, half woman, half man, whatever it is. Maybe.
Shout out to our cameraman / audience member already, TJ.
Day. Number one audience member. But yeah, we will do that. So look out for our, we'll try and put up some posts to say when. We'll send out DMs. But if you want to be a part, you want to be in the audience, and also possibly come on in a segment and give your opinion.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Don't feel no ways.
That's right.
Come on out, send a DM, hit us up on our DM on the Instagram, and if you know us individually, you know how to hit us. You can call us, send an email or WhatsApp, whatever it is. But
you know what my thing is?
That's what we're doing.
You know what my thing
expanding. We're gonna expand. We're gonna be different.
Let me tell you something. If you guys can post responses and replies online, you should be able to come in front of the camera and back that up. All right? That's all I'm saying. So we welcome you. We want you. Come speak your mind,
opinions,
speak your heart, and be honest.
We are for the people. I know everyone says that, but literally that's what we are going to be. We don't want it to just be us all the time. As much as we love it, we want to get everyone's opinion. We want everyone's, thoughts.
2 cents.
Whatever it is, good, bad, let it out there. All right, we won't hold it against you.
At the end of the day,
because you know what?
we all we got.